Hi guys, I'm Sarah, aerial stylist, and welcome to my hair tutorial. Today I am going to show you how to do beach waves. I get lots of requests for this time of year. Summer's right around the corner, and this is a super easy peasy way to make your waves and keep them for a few days and make them really last. So my hair is already curled. I'm going to show you just one section, how to do this, and then how to break it down and everything. First thing that you need to know is how to prep your hair. So I actually washed my hair yesterday, and I like to do this and let my hair air dry, and that way I can cut down on the amount of heat that I'm applying to my hair. And also because my hair is naturally wavy, if your hair's naturally straight, that's okay too. It's gonna just speed things up for you so you can just wake up in the morning, go ahead and curl it. So what I like to do after I shampoo and condition my hair is put heat protectant in it. This is from Kerastase, it's Nectar Thermique. It's a great product to add moisture to your hair and seal it up and prevent the cuticle from getting more damage. So I put this in my hair the night before, comb it through with a wide tooth comb, and usually I don't go to bed with really wet hair. That's not good for your hair either, especially with it on your pillow, and for me personally it's kind of uncomfortable to sleep that way. So I'll do this a couple hours before I go to bed so my hair's mostly dry, or I'll take the blow dryer to it for just a quick 5-minute rough dry. And then in the morning, what I like to do then is take my wide tooth comb and detangle my hair. But before I do that, I want to put another protectant in it. This one is Protein, also by the Kerastase line. I really like this line because they do a lot for treatment. One pump if your hair is medium to fine, below your shoulders. If your hair is super long like mine, kind of not fitting in the camera, there we go, past my chest, then you want to use 2 pumps. Rub it in your hands really good, and then just work this through your hair. This is going to be your base starting. So then take your wide tooth comb that through, and you are ready to curl. So I will section my hair off in 4 sections. The first one, ear to ear. And then I'll just take a big giant, I love these clips from the 80s. They really help keep the hair up, and they're super easy to use. Clip my hair up like this. And then the next product I use before I actually put the curling iron on my hair is thermal protection spray. This one's by Balmain. And rather than spraying this into my hair, I want to make sure it goes exactly where I need it. So I will spray it on my hands, a couple spray on my hands, rub it together, and then work it through to ensure I have an even distribution. And now I'm ready to curl. So this is an Enzo Milano 1-inch barrel wand. I like to use the wand because I can literally get through my whole head of hair in about 8 minutes. And the other thing that I like about the wand, now if you have really thick, resistant, straight hair that doesn't hold a curl, you're going to want to use a traditional curling iron. So this isn't for you. But anyone else, your hair takes a curl, medium to fine texture, and especially ladies, those of us that have color in our hair, ends are a little bit sensitive, a little bit dry. I love using these because your ends, you're not even curling, the most sensitive part. So what I do is everything goes back away from my face. So this side, I'm gonna take the hair and I'm gonna hold it about halfway. And as you can see, the tightest part of my curl is in the middle. It's not at the top, and it's definitely not at the ends, and that's how you're going to get that modern wave. You're going to take your hair and wrap it, leave a little bit of space in between, and leave the ends out. Then I'm going to catch the curl as I slide my iron out, and the reason that I do this is really important. with curling wands is I want my hair to cool in this position, because see that nice curl I got? Actually, that's a little bit too much. So because my hair is still warm, I can stretch it like this and form it into the correct position. Just like that. And it's still a little too curly, so I'm just gonna take a sweep on each side and straighten it out a little bit. Okay, there. Now we got it the way that we want it. Now, let me show you what happens on this side. Also, I'm gonna curl my hair back away from my face. If I just curl it up like this, get it nice and hot, and then take my iron out, look at how much looser this curl is. We wanna start with a tighter curl. So I'm gonna push that up like this, and then loosen it out after we're all done curling. It's much easier to loosen up the curl than to reinforce it once we're done with the heat. So you're gonna go through section by section. Don't need to take too many sections with this unless your hair is really, really thick. I do 4. The next one, I go from my temples across. Section that off. And once again, I'm going to be curling all the hair back away from my face. Starting in the middle, and I hold my curling iron kind of on an angle like this, just to soften things up a little bit. Wind it around, and slide the iron out, catch it, and then get just that perfect amount of curl. My ends are still pretty straight, and that's the look that we're going for. That's how we have that beachy kind of undone look. It's done, but it's not really done. Move through your whole head and then all the way up to the top. Now, one thing I do want to mention, so in order to get this look, you want to feel where your head shape rounds, and we really don't want to curl above the rounds of your head for this particular look. So when I'm doing the top layers, and by the way, I'm taking for my density of hair, which is medium, about 1-inch sections. And for this top part, I'm gonna place my iron behind the strand of hair, slide it down 1.5 inches, and then wrap the hair around. Still leaving the ends straight. I wanna leave about 2 inches out. Slide that out, catch the hair, and then place it right there. When you do the front pieces, depending on if you have a longer fringe, or for me, it's just a little bit of face framing layers at this point, I'm gonna do a little bit more curl right around my face. So we're gonna slide it out about 1 inch, just like the last piece, and then wrap the hair around. But for this one, I'm just gonna hold the last little bit of ends out. So we get that part a little bit more curled. So we want these ends down here to be straight, but not so much here. Okay, so we're not quite done yet. So one of the most important things in making your curls last is to let them cool completely. Because as you could see when I was working with the iron down here, when this strand of hair is hot, I can still work with it. It's not completely set. So whether that means I'm wrapping it up and holding the curl in place to reinforce the curl, or if I'm stretching it out like this to relax the curl a little bit, that's where I'm gonna get that hair into position. So don't, even if you're running out the door and you wanna loosen up in your car, sometimes I do that when I'm short on time, wait, don't just run your hands through your hair. Give it a good 5-10 minutes. Curl your hair first, put your makeup on, brush your teeth, have your breakfast, whatever it is that you need to do. And then once your hair has cooled, then you can go in and loosen it up. Now, what I'm gonna do to loosen my hair up is you can see how we have these very direct formed curls, which is not exactly the look that we're going for. Love Taylor Swift 2004, but now the year is 2019, so we want to relax that, but not so much here. So what I do is I take my comb and I comb down about 3 inches like that, and let that loosen up. And then the rest of it, I take my fingers and I rake through my hair this way. Sometimes if it's a little bit more curled than I would like, I would stretch it out a little bit more here. And then to really combine everything all together, flip your head over and massage your scalp. Flip it back, massage your scalp. And then lightly with my fingers separated like this, I'm using my fingers like a wide tooth comb, only even wider, and stretch it out like this. And then the last final step is just a very light mist hairspray. Right now I'm using Devaness brand spray. Always when you're spraying your hair, use, and this doesn't even fit in the whole video, one whole arm's length away so you don't get one patch of stickiness. Even if it's a super light hold, we want a nice light mist all over. Spray it. Spray it there. And you've got the perfect beach waves. Now, how do we get this to last for 2 more days, 3 more days, however long until you want to shampoo your hair again? I do not recommend putting intense heat on your hair more than once, maybe twice a week. Twice a week if you're doing conditioning masks in between. So I want this to look great tomorrow. What I'm gonna do before I go to bed is I'm gonna simply braid my hair in a very loose braid. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be cute. Really, really loose 3-strand braid, like this. And put just a light little elastic on it. And then when I get up in the morning, also very important, make sure your pillowcase isn't 100% cotton. You think about a cotton ball and what that does for your skin, it's absorbent. And we don't want to absorb the moisture from our hair. We want to preserve it. So silk, satin, copper, we'll talk about that one soon, is my favorite pillowcase. Sleep on something that your hair can gently slide across and your style is going to last a lot longer. Once you get up, take your braid out, shake your hair. You may need to use a wide tooth comb if you sleep kind of crazy like I do and you're all over the place. And the last thing you might need if you worked out or had kind of a rough night the night before, a little dry shampoo at the root, and you're good to go. What other questions do you guys have for me? Please leave a comment below and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much.